Next video. Horror games I could easily survive. A Derek FDB video.
You know, horror games are something I always avoided as a kid. They were too scary. The ability to immerse yourself the way you do while playing a horror game is different. It's not the same thing as throwing a
horror games are always and will always be scarier than any scary movie you could ever watch. If you say a lot of people say like Sinister is like one of the scariest films they could see. Compare like a mid-tier horror game like Welcome to Kowloon, like not even one that's like that hype, just like a mid-tier horror game. That horror game scarier than the scariest movie because you're playing it. Right, even watching some of them, I mean, it's a little bit different if you're like watching a scary game because it's the equivalent of watching a movie. But playing a scary game, immersing yourself in that's fucking horrifying. I never played scary games until I started streaming, ever. I used to be scared of fucking Call of Duty Zombies when I was in like 4th grade. I already told you all that, but I don't think I ever played any scary game until I started streaming. I don't even remember the first scary game that I played, but I know one day you guys made me play a scary game, and I remember, yeah, no, it probably started with the Dark Anthology series. Like when I played The Quarry, what year was that? When I played The Quarry is when I started playing scary games, and I remember I used to think The Quarry was scary, but it wasn't. That was like, yeah, summer of 22, I think. Yeah, June 10th of 22.
When playing a horror game, you're actually in there. You can see, you can hear, you can interact, you're in control of the movement. Any more immersive and you just be a victim. But those days of peeing myself while playing the scary maze are over. I'm a man now. And now, I ain't scared of no purple dude, no hillbillies, and especially not no grandma. Today, ladies and gentlemen, same way we did for the horror and the action movies, we're gonna be going over horror games I could easily survive. And I'll be giving you guys my—
Fuck, dude. Horror games I could survive? Five Nights at Freddy's, you're dead. If you're actually in FNAF, oh my god, Mr. Beast should do that. Mr. Beast should make like a IRL FNAF video. Not where they die, but where it like gets them eliminated. FNAF, you're dead. How though? Well, I mean, it depends what FNAF you're playing, but if you're in like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, the amount of pressure you're gonna have on you is so much that you're dead, right? Maybe FNAF 1 you could survive, but like a late game FNAF with like a bunch of different characters, it's fucking over. I think you could survive Resident Evil 7, you're dead. If he tries to say that he could live Resident Evil 7, that's the fucking scariest. Yeah, FNAF 4, you're dead. FNAF 5, you're dead. Poop Killer, yeah, you could live through Poop Killer. You just gotta flush the toilet. Until Dawn, yeah. Quarry, yeah. Quarry, Until Dawn. But those are more like, I don't know if I would classify those as like scary games. Granny, you think you would survive Granny? Yeah. If you know where you're going, yeah. Fears of Fathom, well, those actually happened. So yeah, you could survive those because you don't die in them anyway. Amanda the Adventurer, you die in that though. Sons of the Forest, you're cooked. Egg Fried Rice, you're cooked. Oh no, Egg Fried Rice is just logic. Clap game, dead. Most horror games you're gonna fucking die. I want to see which ones he could maybe say like Dead by Daylight. Yeah, you're not gonna fucking die in Dead by Daylight.
My strategy, my game plan, my thought process, and of course, some of the ones that I can't.
Oh, Hello Neighbor for sure.
Imagine
most of them you could just run.
Your next door neighbor commit what looks like to be a murder, or at least a kidnapping. And after witnessing this, you, the main character, decide to go investigate his super elaborate home yourself. But while you're in there, you have to constantly avoid this man capturing you, or you might be the next victim. Well, that's the plot of Hello Neighbor. A potentially murderous—
We still never played Hello Neighbor. I don't know if I should play that one day though. I feel like it's old, but I know it's a really good game.
I didn't learn about this game through conventional means since I was a bit too old for it at the time, but I did see my little cousin who was obsessed with it play it. And while it is an extremely scary concept on paper, you a kid investigating the super complex home of a potential criminal who may or may not murk you when he catches you, that's scary stuff. But don't let it fool you. This game is light. I actually have one very, very easy solution for this. One that can be done at the very beginning of the game. How about—
Don't walk into the house. Don't go in the home.
All this started because us, the main character, felt this intrinsic urge to become Sherlock Holmes after witnessing something a little sus. Like, just turn around and look the other way, my boy. Look, I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood when I was younger, and even back then, I knew if I seen something like an old man getting jumped, all I could do was shut my mouth, keep it stepping, and pray for—
I mean, not even shut your mouth. Why the fuck would you walk in the house?
Gramps. It sounds messed up, but I'm sorry, it's the truth. But if y'all do want to go the good civilian route, all the kid really had to do was call the authorities. You don't even need no evidence or nothing. Just tell the cops your neighbor's a minority and you heard a white woman screaming in the house. They're gonna be there in 2 minutes, bust that door wide open, and shoot first and ask questions later. Problem solved.
Dead. 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 How the fuck is he gonna say he would survive Poppy playtime? No. You're not living. You might get past Huggy Wuggy, but then you're gonna deal with every other fucking— you should play this. I've already played all of Poppy Playtime up to where it ends right now. They still have to make more of the game. Any of those games, you're dead. Maybe the first one you could live. Catnap, done. Catnap, done. The fucking other one, the pink one, dead. There's a lot of horror movies I think I could survive, especially slashers. It's just like dip, where you just fight them. But in this scenario, dude, that's like a 15-foot tall fucking possessed doll that's probably weighs 1,000 fucking pounds. The screen capture's a little bit off. I'm now seeing that.
A lot of y'all probably already know this game, but if you don't, there's a horror game where you, the main character, are investigating a shut down toy factory after the disappearance of a bunch of employees 10 years ago. And while in there, you discover you're not alone. There are these things, these entities, these toy monsters that come after you while you're trying to figure it all out. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm probably not surviving. Not only are these things going after you, all bloodthirsty toy monsters, but all of them are clearly—
all of them. And they're massive and fast.
On something. I can see it in their eyes. Huggy Wuggy got them dilated pupils, probably on some—
Dude, like, if you saw that in real life, you would shit your pants. You're not going to be able to have the wherewithal to be like, okay, what do I do here? You're gonna see a fucking 8 to 15 foot tall fucking monster with 1,000 teeth just hauling ass in your direction. You would just be like, and then it would eat you. A word wouldn't even come out of your mouth. You would just freeze and then you would be dead.
Dilated pupils, probably on some LSD or blue crystal or something. Poppy's obviously coked out. Look at those blood vessels. And Mommy Longlegs, she might be off the same thing as Poppy. Either that or she has some severe BPD. And I mean severe. Because the way her mood switches from, Mommy was just playing, come back. Okay, joke's over. Mommy doesn't like cheaters. Come back over here. Get your ass over! Combo that with the prototype running around doing I don't know what. And in the third game, which I haven't played yet, they introduced hella new monsters, including a freaking cat. Not only did they get me already with my fear of dolls—
dude, that last catnap level was impossible.
Now, they're using my allergies against me. Yeah.
And if you're, like, scripted playing the game how it has to be played in real life, you're gonna die and you're not gonna fucking reboot.
I'm finished.
Oh, Closing Shift. Closing Shift, you surely live. That was one of the scariest Chill as Art games I've ever played. But, I mean, you just call someone. You call someone, or you keep the door locked, or hide in a room and just wait.
Now, while this one may look like a simple indie horror game, no joke, it's actually one of the scariest ones you could play. The whole time you're paranoid, on edge, and just waiting for something to happen. If this is how girls feel while walking alone at night—
yeah, and half the game distracts you because you have to make orders like you're a Starbucks worker, so you just forget about it.
I am so sorry, I'll cross the street next time. There's a Japanese horror game where you play—
Closing Shift's the best game I watched you play. I don't know about the best
as a female barista working in a Starbucks-type coffee shop. And I've never worked in the food industry before, but from what I hear, it's horrible. A horror game in and of itself. You have the Clothing Shift, obviously. And on top of having an annoying supervisor, as the nights go on, you start noticing some weird stuff going on around the shop. Strange noises, items missing, strange people coming in, strange people staring at you from outside, until you eventually realize you're being stopped.
Oh my god, dude, that's scary. Dude, that just made me, like, my brain glitched. That was like a weird jump scare. I just felt that in my frontal lobe. Dude, I forgot how many jump scares they throw into this game.
We got a stalk on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Eventually coming face to face with them at the end. Boom, we got the lore. While this one may seem simple because it's just a regular human, no special abilities, at the most, maybe a knife, it's not.
I mean, that's what makes it scarier, though. Like, seeing, I think horror movies or horror games that make regular things scary is much scarier than just a scary thing. Like, if you're gonna show me a monster that just looks all fucked up, yeah, that's fucking scary. But, like, it's scarier when you don't know something's scary. If it's just like a cat, like whenever it's like a movie of like a serial killer or something, that's like way scarier than fighting a monster, because like you can't tell something's wrong with them until they fucking start stabbing you.
There are two things in this game that could cause me some trouble. One is the girl we're playing as is clearly not
anything realistic. Like if it's like a zombie apocalypse, fucking yeah, scary scenario. But it's like it's not gonna get to you as much as something that's like could actually happen.
She's B to the R to the O to the K to the E, a college student. That affects the first plan I had, which was to just quit your job. We quite literally can't afford to do that. I know how it feels to be living off mayo sandwiches and instant ramen, and I'm not putting
mayo sandwiches
and this girl through that. So the next immediate
I would just eat bread.
Counter I thought of was just tell your supervisor you want to switch shifts. You don't lose your job, you keep that bread coming in, and you stay away from all the creepy activities. That could work. That could work. If I knew how to speak Japanese, how would I even communicate? How? There's no subtitles in real life. Drawings, ASL, Morse code. How did I even get this job? Only things I know how to say in Japanese are what, stop, and domain expansion. So communication-wise, I'm cooked. Can't even call the cops. Meaning my only choice for the situation is to defend myself. So here's the plan. We know the dude stalking us is seriously obsessed with us, judging by those notes he be leaving and the pictures he be taking.
You just grab a weapon and beat the fucking shit out of him.
And as creepy as that may be, it can be used to our advantage. It'll seem like a regular shift. I'll be whipping up some coffee, some lattes, when in the corner of my eye, I'll see the stalker watching me through the glass. He'll probably be imagining doing some heinous things to me. I don't know. I don't stalk people often. But he won't know that I have him right where I want him. As he's staring at me through the glass, he'll notice in the corner of his eye a coffee I left on the table. And this wasn't no ordinary coffee. This was a coffee with my lipstick on it. He's a creep, so he immediately wouldn't be able to resist adding this precious item to his precious collection. So he walks into the shop swiftly, trying to get the cup before I can—
But I put a bomb in that bitch! I put a fucking mini bomb in the coffee cup, and it's triggered to explode when it's 50 feet away from me.
Even notice while I'm dealing with some customers. But like I said earlier, I got him right where I want him. Before he could take another step, he hears it. Yamero! Yoichi Tenkai. Mugen no Guroku.
I mean, dude, if you're gonna shoot him, why not just shoot him with the gun without the coffee?
No introduction.
No way he could say he could survive Five Nights at Freddy's.
We all know the name. Some of y'all may know. I faced these guys before when I did the horror movie version.
What FNAFs could you live? Security Breach. I think you could live Security Breach. I think you could live through, like, FNAF 1, not FNAF 4. None of the VR ones. I think Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is your best chance of survival if you were IRL playing the game. Because you're going to have to one-try it. You can't die once. Like, if you die once, you die. Yeah, maybe 1, maybe 3.
And let's just say, I bodied him. But that was the movie, which is way easier than the game. When it comes to the game, before you can even think of coming up with a plan, you gotta ask yourself, which game am I talking about? FNAF 1, 2, 3, Help Wanted, or Help Wanted 2? Or maybe
Help Wanted, no. Because Help Wanted's even more geared for you to die because you're 3D surroundings. Like, if you remember that one game mode in Help Wanted 1 where Foxy's in the vents and you're, like, working on machinery, but you also have to, like, watch every vent around you? That's fucking impossible. Like, that's doing that and then also holding a flashlight in your hand and closing doors and fucking fixing machine. Oh, no. You're not doing that.
Be Sister Location, or FNAF 4, or FNAF 4 Halloween Edition, or Security Breach. All these games have different locations with different enemies you gotta deal with. Some have 4 animatronics, some have 1.
Actually, second thought, Security Breach, you're definitely dead. Because there's no way you'd be able to get through the whole game to get out.
Some have 50. It's ridiculous. But if we're to go down the list, FNAF 1, I think I can handle it. I may not have worked in the food industry, but I have worked security. And when you have experience like I do, the answer for this one is simple. There is no way I am working a minute on that payroll they got you on. $120? Really? I thought this was a pizzeria. I didn't know I was working at Sheen. $120 nowadays can maybe get you a pie of Domino's and a scoop of ice cream. I'm good on.
Dude, it really does suck that some states' minimum wage, an 8-hour shift, isn't enough to buy a video game. Like, if you have like minimum wage in a state that's like $9, if you work like an 8-hour shift, you can't even buy the new GTA. Like, you can't afford it. Like, you're shit out of luck. You got to work another one. It's $7.50 where I live. Yeah, you're gonna be working. You have to work like 16 hours if your minimum wage is $7.50 to be able to just buy the new GTA when it drops. Federal minimum wage is so low. Getting paid $7.50. I understand it being lower than other states, like, because the cost of living in, like, Arkansas is going to be less than fucking New Jersey or Cali or New York City. But $7.50? Not even $10 an hour. $7.50, you work 8 hours. How much is that? That's like not even $60. Or is that exactly $60? If you have $7.50 an hour for 8 hours, that's $60. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and then 8 times 5. Yeah, that's $60. If you work 8 hours, you can't even buy a Call of Duty or a new video game. And you're getting taxed. So your paycheck's not going to actually be 60. It's probably going to be like 50, 52, 53, depending on what state you live in, how old you are, how much you're putting away. Fuck. What is it, New Jersey? I think New Jersey, New Jersey's been upping it. When I used to work at GNC in 2020, it was, I think, 10, 50, 11. I think it's like 13 something now. New Jersey minimum wage, 15, 13 an hour. What? What was it? What was New Jersey minimum wage 2020? It was 11. Yeah, I got paid 11 an hour in 2020. Now it's 15, 13 is what you have to pay employees. What's like Arkansas minimum wage? 11. I mean, that's like not bad. Like less than 10 sucks. Like, that's horrible.
So the way I'm beating FNAF 1, I'm just not going to work. Maybe I'll go the first night, secure a cool $20 for the 8-hour shift, but after that, I'm good. FNAF 2, they pay even lower. But it's so easy, it's practically free money to me, so I'm doing it. And this one we deal with almost triple the amount of animatronics as the first one, and instead of the classic setup, we got 2 vents and 1 big vent right in front of us, which may look intimidating at first because it's so open and accessible. It's not. Because the second you throw that mask on, these animatronics don't beat on nothing. They got this whole facial recognition mumbo jumbo that doesn't let them see that I'm a security guard, which honestly makes no sense.
Yeah, maybe that would be easy if you just kept the mask on.
I know damn well they can still see my ass in my security uniform gripping onto my chair for dear life. But hey, if it works, it works. And the other 2 that can bypass the mask, all you gotta do is use the flashlight and just wind the music box on the camera. It's easy. If I just don't take off that mask.
This one would be so much scarier than regular FNAF though. I don't know. I would rather do FNAF 1 than have to do this.
Constantly hold the flashlight and keep checking the cameras. I'm gonna be Gucci Kabuchi. But that's the first 2 games, which to me are the easier ones. But FNAF 3 though, this one is more difficult and completely different than the other 2. Instead of facing multiple animatronics, which may seem harder, I'm gonna be faced head to head with the main man himself, Springtrap. He's a cold, calculated serial killer in a gold bunny suit. And he's also the creator of the animatronics, or co-creator. The point is, the dude is smart. And it's just me and him in his rinky-dinky amusement park. What am I gonna do? And a lot of y'all FNAF fans may not like this answer, but I'm whooping him too. Look, I'm a fan too, but this—
I mean, yo, he is a serial killer in an animatronic suit. If he did come at you, you would probably be able to push him over. Like, if he didn't hit you first swing, you could probably like, if you knock a guy over wearing a full metal suit, they're not going to be able to stand up.
This dude's kill-death ratio is almost entirely made up of kids. And like I said in the intro, I am a grown man now, standing at a tall 5'9". I'm cooking him. Springtrap is going to catch the work. He's gonna wish those spring locks got him before. Oh, but he has a metal suit, so if you punch him, it's gonna hurt. Who said anything about punching?
Yeah, no, honestly, you just push him over. You push him over and then you stomp on him.
I got the chair I'm sitting on, the fan right in front of me. There's quite literally a guitar right there. If Springtrap walks in, I will not hesitate to smack him upside the head with it. He's just Michael Myers if he was a fairy. And y'all know what I did to him? Realistically, only FNAF games I'm struggling with are Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Ultimate Custom Night.
FNAF 4, there's zero chance you survive. No matter if you're an expert in the game, real life, running back and forth from door to door, listening, and then open. Oh, fuck no. You're dead. FNAF 4, like, you're not even gonna get through the first night.
And sister location. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, because you play as a paranoid kid, and look at these things. Ultimate Custom Night, because... what is even happening? And sister location. Bro, baby is 7'2". I am not dealing with that. And as for security breach, ruin, and help wanted, I can't say for certain. I haven't played those.
I think that's like a chance there on RNG on how well they fucking rotate around. Security breach is just so long though.
Yet, but I'm sure I'm about to end those too. As you guys can see though, just like the action in horror movies, there's only a few.
Nah, dead ass. If you throw me in security breach, I'm getting my ass right inside of Freddy. And then I'm sitting there, and he's walking me out of the facility. That is all I am doing. I'm literally sitting inside of Freddy. Pause. I'm sitting inside of Freddy. I'm actually getting inside of Freddy, and he's gonna walk me out of the fucking building, and then I live.
Games that can really stand in my way. I mean, I'm still pretty much unbeatable. Let me know any parts you guys think I was wrong or right about, and let me know any more horror games you guys want me to go over for a part 2. I know I missed a lot. Also, let me know if you guys want me to play any of these horror games or any other horror games on a second channel. I'm thinking about making one in the future, but
and basically every game you listed was a really good horror game. I've played most of them. All right. Next video. I gotta piss again.